everyone, this is Joan Pabon and I'd like to share with you my impressions on Wacken 2018 through Metal Mat TV. Yes, I come originally from Venezuela and currently I'm living in Hamburg, so I had the chance to be in Wacken 2018 this year, and I have to say that it was like the greatest experience in my life. I've been listening to rock and metal music since I was 12. Now I'm 31, so it's almost 20 years listening to rock and roll and metal. And something that most people don't know is that in Latin America, especially in countries like Venezuela or Ecuador, where I was living previously, it's really hard to really have good shows like this kind of festivals that you have here in Europe. So I would say that definitely for those that live in Europe and are into metal music, this is probably an everyday thing. But keep in mind that for a lot of people throughout the world, it's not that easy to have this contact to be part of this great festivals you have here. So you are really lucky indeed. And there are also a lot of people who come from all over the world. I saw people like from Suriname, Puerto Rico, India, you name it. I mean, everywhere around the world, of course, comes to Wacken. So it's not just hype, it is the biggest heavy metal festival in the world, for sure. So, in order to go, I talked to some friends of mine who had their caravan, so we went through caravan. But in your case, if you ever come and you're not sure how to do it, well, let me tell you that it's quite simple. Okay, Hamburg has, as any other European city, the best public transportation. So all you have to do is get to the Hamburg airport. From there, you need to get the subway station to the subway station inside the airport. Okay, so it's quite easy. And of course, with Google Maps, you can get to the main train station in Hamburg, and from there to Itzehoe. Normally, when you're coming to Wacken, there's a lot of information about it. Normally, you can get all the information you need from the page. But anyway, it's quite simple and quite easy to get there. So we got there, of course, in my case, thanks to this press pass I have from Metal Mat TV, I was able to be in the VIP area. But honestly, I would say that some people who had the normal ticket, if you get there early, then there's no problem. The problem is if you wait too long to get here to Hamburg, to get to Wacken, then you will not get a good place to camp. So another recommendation would be really try to be on time, try to get your holidays like from Monday on. Don't come here on Wednesday or even on Thursday, because it's not gonna be impossible, but you're gonna be really far away from the main stage, from the bathrooms, from everything. So it's gonna be really, really a pain in the ass. So just remember that. Regarding the VIP or press area, we had Wi-Fi, and for the rest, we also have a bar, etc. I think that the only impressive thing is that sometimes some artists, you can see them around. So if you're lucky enough, you are able to get to know them and stuff. But of course, in my case, I was interested in actually going to the concert, so I didn't spend much time there in the VIP or press area. Able to make a short interview with Blessed Hellride, a band from Germany which are just starting. They're really nice guys, so I hope you can listen to them, Blessed Hellride. And it was quite nice to share with them. I also had the chance to interview the band that were behind the Karaoke Till Death. Karaoke Till Death is like this concept of live band karaoke that was throughout the whole 4 days at Wacken from Wednesday on, and I also got the chance to sing with them, so it was quite nice, quite cool to share with them. So if we're going to talk about the Banstead Plate, we also got, when we were part of the press, we got this little thingy with all the different days and bands that played. So for example, in my case, I was really interested in Wacken. I got the chance to watch Wacken play, and it was quite awesome. Yes, the band doesn't sound like they used to in the 80s, but it's a good experience. They don't suck, so that's very important, and the bassist is like really awesome. Then I saw Dirk Schneider. Well, we all know Udo from Accept, and we know that he delivers. His band is pure heavy metal, so of course if you are really interested into heavy metal, you will love it as much as I did. Definitely is quite recommended. And I got the chance to see Danzig. Now, regarding Danzig, honestly, the voice was not there. I think that Danzig really, I'm not sure if he was sick. I'm not sure if this is how he normally sings, but Danzig really sucked. I mean, the sound was awful. There was so much feedback. I think that the microphone was really high, so because his voice was really not sounding at all. It's really sad. I don't know, you can leave your comments below. Maybe that's how it is always with Danzig, or maybe it was a bad day for him, but he really couldn't make it, sadly. But people, anyway, kind of enjoyed it, but still, you kind of notice when the show is not that good that everybody's like, well, yeah, whatever. And of course, I was also able to watch Behemoth. I'm not a black metal fan myself, but I really have to recognize that they really impressed me. Nergal and his band, they were really good. They had a lot of pyro, and I think that the word for Wacken is like infinite pyro. Most of the bands, of the big bands, they have a lot of pyro shows, and this was no exception. And the blood and everything, like, I'm sure that all the black metal fans enjoyed the show. And I'm not a black metal fan myself, but I enjoyed it. I think it was quite nice, quite cool. And of course, first day, my most beloved, or one of my most beloved bands in heavy metal, Judas Priest, the Legends. I was so happy to see them there at Wacken. Of course, as you all know, Glenn Tipton, well, he's going through some really hard times now with his disease, but the fact that he was there supporting the band and playing a couple songs, that really meant a lot to me and to everyone. And I think that was really the highlight of Thursday, the first day of the bands. So yeah, definitely Judas Priest are still out there, like, delivering, even though and it's really, honestly, it's really weird because you sometimes you see some new bands that are not as let's say as strong as Judas Priest, even though, okay, we know that with Glenn it was something else, but definitely I was completely happy to see them live. Now for the second day, for Friday, on Friday, Amorphis. Yeah, well, actually, on Friday, I wanted to see Cannibal Corpse, but, you know, I was kind of tired, so I didn't actually make it. But I just watched them from the distance, and Cannibal Corpse, of course, you know that they kick ass every time they play, so it was really cool. Watch Corpse Grinder just delivering everybody in the mosh pit. It was quite nice. But I did see Amorphis. Amorphis, Finnish band, Prague. I wasn't into them, I didn't know them, but a friend of mine told me you gotta listen to Amorphis, and I have to say that I was really impressed by them. Their sound is like really cold, like you imagine that you are in winter in the middle of Finland, of course, because that's where they're from. And it's like a really depressive sound sometimes, but some other times it's like really full of light. It's like I really enjoyed Amorphis, so definitely that's another band that I will add to my playlist. And I also saw Korpiklani, not in the same stage, and this is something really interesting. So when you want to watch a band, when you really want to watch them, in my concept, or if you are like me that you want to be in the first row, sadly you gotta make tough choices. So you get sometimes you have two stages, like you have the faster stage and you have the harder stage. And then there's another one that is the louder stage, but it's too far away. So if you're interested in those bands, well, just go there and stay there. But in my case, I was interested in the bands in the faster stage, because we're talking about Amorphis, Epica, Children of Bottom, Nightwish, and In Flames. I was interested in those 5 bands, so I had to stay in the faster stage, like since the beginning until the end. If you move, you will not be able to make it to first row. You may, but it's like a really big risk. So I wouldn't take it. I didn't take it, and I was able to be really close to these bands. But anyway, you can see the other band through the screens. It's not the same, but you enjoy it anyway. So Corpi Clani, well, we know that they're folk, and they really deliver their folk music really nicely. I love those guys. They really play really nice, all the songs that they play. You really think like if you want to dance in front of a bonfire, you know, with elves and everything, it's like, it's really metal folky. And so for those that are into folk music and don't know Corpi Clani, well, you're probably living under a rock, because they are a really known band. So I really enjoyed it. And Epica. Now Epica. I have to say I've never been a fan of Epica, actually. I've always thought that Simone Simons is not a great singer. She sings well, but her show is kind of boring. But let me tell you that Epica, or Epica's keyboardist, does all the job of the rest. I mean, honestly, the keyboardist is so crazy. He just goes out of the stage into the audience. He crowd surfs with this crazy keyboard that is kind of bended, and he's playing them in front of you, and you can actually play it as well. So Epica is a really fun band to see, and they've got a lot of pyro as well, and their music is really good. Simone sings well. She's a little, let's say, boring in the stage, but that's my opinion anyway. So I really enjoyed Epica. And then Schandmaul. Schandmaul is a folk band from Germany. They are really good. I really enjoyed their performance. I didn't know them before, but now I downloaded some of their albums, and they are really good. So I really recommend it if you're into folk music. And then Children of Bottom. Well, Children of Bottom was insane. People were crazy. I almost get killed, okay? And this is something that you have to remember, or I think it's important to keep in mind if you want to be in the first row. So if you want to be in the first row, yes, you're gonna have the best overview of the band and the show, but with some bands you can get killed, because when people are crowd surfing and for some reason the people behind you do not want to help, then people fall on you, or they just kick you or almost kill you in the face. You gotta be really careful. So that's exactly what happened in Children of Bottom. 5 or 6 people at the same time crowd surfing. The guys in front couldn't catch them. It was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get killed here. But it was really worth it. I know that a lot of people like Children of Bottom, and let me tell you that they deliver really nicely live. So I was really happy to see them, and I got lucky that I didn't get kicked in the face, you know. So, and Dora. Well, Dora, what can I say about Dora? The most loved and hated woman in metal. A lot of people here in Germany are always like, yeah, well, Dora, whatever. But in my case, I really enjoy her music, and it was great to see her show, her performance. And she even invited Johan from Amorphis. That was really nice when they sang their new song. If I don't love you, no one will, I think it's the name. So, and also the spirit of Dora's music is like really, you really feel like you're part of something, like this metal brotherhood and sisterhood. is something else. So I really enjoyed Dora. I really enjoyed it, and her music, even her new music, even her cheesy songs like Fuima, all the songs I really liked it, and I was kind of sad that I couldn't see her first row, but as I told you, you gotta make choices, and of course, I was waiting for Nightwish. So, day 2, Nightwish. That was my highlight of the night. I've always loved Nightwish, and when Tarja left, I always thought that Floor could be the perfect replacement, and I definitely wasn't wrong. It was incredible. Watch them live. Their show was impressive. All the different old songs that they played, I think I never imagined that they would do it. Like Devil and the Deep Dark Ocean, that was my favorite one. So definitely their whole show, the pyro, the images, everything was perfect, just perfect. And after Nightwish came Running Wild. I like Running Wild. I don't love them, but they're quite nice, quite cool, old school heavy metal. I didn't get to see them first row because of course I was looking for In Flames, or I was waiting for In Flames, but I really enjoyed their show. Now, In Flames, totally In Flames. Lots of pyro. I think I've never seen so much pyro in my entire life. I thought I was gone blind when they started. It was like a huge explosion of white screens and the fire and everything, and I was in the first row, so I really felt the heat of the fire, and I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking amazing, man! So that was really cool. I really enjoyed In Flames. I almost get killed again because these motherfuckers were just crowd surfing and almost hit me in the face with their freaking boots and stuff, but that's part of a metal concert, right? So you have to enjoy it. I was really happy to see In Flames live for the first time in my life, and I was like, oh my goodness, their show, the freaking lights, they had like a million different little screens, even like towers of screens with lights and LED lights, and it was, yeah, totally amazing. The newer songs, I didn't like them much. I don't like new In Flames. I prefer old In Flames, but you know, it's a matter of taste. And after that, I went back to my tent. So I'm not into staying late because, of course, for next day I had to be ready, because on Saturday, the first thing I wanted to see and I couldn't was Winter Sun. I really love Winter Sun, but I didn't make it. I think I was waiting for the guys because I was with a bunch of Chilean guys, fucking Chilenos. So my Chilean friends, they stayed, we were eating and stuff, so I couldn't make it for Winter Sun. But I did make it for Hailstorm. I watched them from the distance. And I have to say that Hailstorm is quite a weird band. They're really weird with this giant dog and stuff. And their new shows like all Let's Go to the Beach all together. I have no idea. I'm not a follower of Hailstorm, but I did know that they were into pirate. Now they are into party or whatever. But it was cool anyway, and everybody enjoyed it, and I think that's what really matters. And then I saw Skindred. Yes, Skindred. Not my cup of tea. It's a weird combination between, like, I don't know, tropical music or kind of Jamaican thing, and reggae and metal and electronic music. But I have to admit that their show was really impressive. They really made all the audience like being involved in that moment. They made everyone move and jump and stuff and even sing. So they are quite hell of a show. So I really respect their work, even though I don't like their music. And then came Gojira. So Gojira from France, like my friends from Metal Mat TV. Gojira, their sound at first was a little muddy, I have to say. It was, I don't know if it was because I was not in front of them per se, I was in the other stage, But anyway, at first it was kind of weird, but then it got better, and of course, you know that they're an extreme band that really deliver. Everybody was wild, insane mosh pits. That, you know that this year's Wacken there was no rain, no mud. So that means that every mosh pit was full of just clouds of dust. So it was dust all over the place. And after Gojira came Steel Panther. The Steel Panther show was hilarious as usual. They are a great satire band, and I really enjoyed their show. And at some point they just took a lot of girls from the audience to the stage, and they went all, you know, naked in front of everybody. It was like, oh my god, this is so freaking wild, man. And it was really awesome. I really enjoyed Steel Panther. And after Steel Panther came Arch Enemy. So yes, Arch Enemy. What can I say about Arch Enemy? Some people are pro Angela, some people are pro this, I don't remember her name. Anyway, this new girl, you know who I'm talking about, Alisa Whitegloss, yeah. So, I think I'm okay with both. I like Alisa, I like Angela, but in general what I prefer or what I love the most are the guitars, so I don't care. I really don't care. But you know that they deliver a great show, and once again people go wild when Arch Enemy play. I had the chance to see them also in Grasp of Metal meeting this year, and I almost get killed due to this motherfuckers crowd surfing. So this time, thank God I was not in first row, I was in the other stage, so I got to see them through the screens and listen to them, and they're really good. Yes, what can I say about Arch Enemy? You all know it. And then my highlight, my beloved power metal band, Hellawin. So, what can I say about Hellawin? It was impressive, it was incredible, but something interesting. It seems that, and I will say something that those that are watching this video may think that I'm insane, but it seems that Michael Kiske, was using playback at some points. I was in first row and I was able to see them in detail, and at some point Michael Kiske would just put his microphone away, but his sound, his voice would still do some stuff that you are not supposed, that is not echo. It was just like an actual sound. So I'm not sure about it, but I do know that there are some rumors about it. Nevertheless, he's a legend, so I guess that he can do it. And I was really happy to see them live. So Hellawin, of course, it was the perfect ending for Wacken 2018 in my experience, or in my opinion. And after Hellawin came VIN Burger. Now VIN Burger, Norwegian symphonic black metal. I'm not a fan of them, but I do like some songs, and I enjoyed their show. They have a great show, lots of pyro as well, and they played the song that I know the most about them, or yeah, made by them, is Progenies of the Great Apocalypse. That was a great show. I really enjoyed it. The best band performance for me were In Flames, Nightwish, and Hellawin. Judas Priest, I would give them a special highlight because, of course, they are legendary, but their show per se is not extraordinary, and definitely if I had to choose one, I would say In Flames. Their screens, the towers of light, it was incredible. The show was amazing. Food and drinks, well, you know, a little expensive, but what can you do? You're in the festival. For those that go camping in the main area, you have like a little supermarket, Stuff are a little more expensive there, but again, it's convenience. So I would say it's perfectly fine. So yeah, I had my Venezuelan flag all the time with me because this is something important that I'd like to point out in this video. As you know, Venezuela is going through a lot of hardship nowadays. It's really tough, the type of stuff that is going on in Venezuela. I still have friends in Venezuela, I still have family there. And I just wanted to deliver the message, as any other person in the audience, that we are here, we are metalheads, no matter where we come from. And I think that that message was amazing to really feel it. Like, it's totally different to when you see people who go to this sports events where everybody has their flag, but it's like, yeah, we are gonna kill you because we are from France and you are from Sweden, and we you know, when we're talking about soccer, it is like that. But in this case, everybody had their flags and everybody's like, oh my god, you are from this country, I am from this other country, but we are both metal heads, we are both metal brothers, metal sisters. And yeah, being part of that and getting to tell people, hey, we are here and we are all part of this, was amazing. From the organizational point of view, I think it's quite okay. I cannot say anything bad about it, but I do know that some people who were in the normal camping area had a little hard time with the bathrooms and with the showers. So I would say that definitely, if you're gonna have 80,000 motherfuckers in one place, well, you will need more bathrooms and more showers. So let's hope that in the next Wacken editions there are more of this. Something important that I would like to highlight about the organization, I really want to congratulate the security of Wacken, the metal guard. They were such nice guys. It was really warm. Of course, this year was, well, you know, there's an unbelievably warm summer in Europe, and we all had this little thingies, okay? When you got your little bag of goodies, you will get this one. And of course, you were in the first row, really thirsty, and these guys would actually help us, like getting this filled with water, and even sometimes with other drinks. So I really have to thank the metal guard in Wacken. You were awesome. Wacken 2019, I already have my ticket, and I'm definitely eagerly waiting for Sabaton's 20th anniversary, Demons and Wizards, Hammerfall, and yes, Within Temptation. That's my my guilty pleasure. I would say Within Temptation is a really cheesy band, but I really love Sharon Denadil's voice. So I'm definitely looking forward to be in Wacken 2019, and I hope that you enjoyed my short review on Wacken 2018. I hope that you are able to join me and join this 80,000 metalheads from all over the world in Wacken 2019. So see you soon and keep rocking, okay? Stay metal forever.